season 12 of Tease My Pick. We got the gang here. I'm going in and out. We got Mills on Trills. This is me. I'm Black Mills. We have Alex. I don't think he has a nickname. And then we got Frosty. We got Frosty Frost to the right. Let's go ahead and dive into something that's really been irking me. Alex, I'm gonna start this question off with you.
What the hell
sir.
is your problem, dude?
What?
I'm literally just trying to be quiet over
Alex,
here, and you're just
Alex,
calling
I'm gonna
me
start
out?
this. I'm gonna start this question off with you. Who's better quarterback, Derek Carr or Joe Burrow?
It's close.
So,
I don't want
guys,
to answer anything.
Yeah, we understand. Of course, we're gonna start out with our locks of the week. Pretty tough. We went 1-3, 1-3, because Alexander wanted to add his little bonus.
Add a bonus,
and it fricked us even more. But the Bengals, Joey B and Joe Mixon, they gave us that one. So, we're gonna go ahead and dive right on in to week 12. We got goodies. We got some good gravy for you guys, and we are on the same page all the way up until the Panthers game. So I'm gonna skim through these a little bit. If you guys want to add on a little cream, let me know. Bears at Lions. This is definitely a game where the Lions can shock the world and do their little thing, but I like Andy Dalton. I think he gave a little bit more juice to the team. Hopefully, it's not going to be Fields. I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, they already announced that Dalton's going to be starting.
Yep.
Yeah. And so I'll take the -3. As I'm saying it out loud, I think this is it.
This is the one game they can
I think
win,
the Lions are going to win this game. I'm going to go Lions. I'm going Lions. We were all on the same page. As I'm saying it out loud, this is going to be it. And so I don't know if you guys want to debate me. I don't even give a shit who's playing for the Lions at quarterback. I think they played a really good team in the Browns last week. Of course, they weren't able to.
Good team.
There was a good defense at least. They come out 13-10. Of course, bad quarterback play by the Browns. We'll get to that later, but they're gonna have to do it at some point. It's gonna have to be a divisional game too, so I'll fucking take the Lions +3.
I'm oppo of you. I'm gonna take the Bears. There's some weird favorites on Thanksgiving. It's like a 80% chance that they win or something like that. And with the points, I should have come more prepared with what the actual statistics are.
You're kind of saying bullshit right now.
Basically, what I'm saying is if they're favored in the game, they're very likely to win.
Does home or away matter?
The Lions in the last the Lions in the last 12 games on Thanksgiving are 0-12, and then they're 2-10 against the spread or something like that. So basically there's not a lot of randomness with Thanksgiving. A lot of the games supposedly kind of go as you think that they will. So yeah, I'm kind of looking at this. Matt Nagy did get fired or something's going on, but I'm not too worried about that. And I'm just gonna ride with Andy Dalton over Tim Boyle. Is kind of how I look at it. So
okay, well, Frosty, you gonna ride with the Bears still?
I'm gonna ride with the Bears on this one. By the way, Alex, the Lions are 4-6 on Thanksgiving Day for the last 10 years. But in regards to the play, I think it's just mainly about what QB you prefer. I think Andy Dalton is actually probably a 1-point upgrade over Justin Fields when it comes to their value. Mm-hmm. So I like that Andy Dalton's actually starting this game for the Bears. I think if Justin Fields was in Detroit, but I think Detroit's pretty much emotionally and everything's out of the tank for them. They don't really have anything left. I don't really see any motivation for them to even come to this game and win. Detroit's now one of those places where you just collect your checks and so.
Don't say that. I don't believe that at all. I think this is a team that still believes they can make the playoffs. So,
Okay.
I actually looked at a bet like that as a troll, and it's like plus 50,000 that the
really.
Lions could win the Super Bowl.
Oh,
A dollar wins 5,000.
I think that might be worth. So we're gonna skew all into it. We got a clean sweep with our panel on the Cowboys covering the 7.5. Possible little
Except me.
teaser. Oh yeah, you
I went Raiders, bro.
fucking clown,
But
dog.
I'm it's not a love. It's like a barely. But
Look, I'll go in. I'll eat them up. Hey, they weren't able to stop what the Bengals did on the ground. They're not going to be able to stop the 1-2 punch with Pollard and Zeke, which is I think with the elimination of a few more of their weapons, Pollard's going to get involved a little bit more. Bounce back game for Dak. Very rarely do you ever see him have 2 bad games in a row. Derek Carr ain't it. Losing Henry Ruggs, losing that deep threat, it's huge. Waller will get his, I think, but they're not going to be able to run on this defense as well. You can expect that Joey Bosa, tag that he had on him saying, hey, all you have to do is hit him and he'll get scared. I saw that when the Bengals played him. And Micah's going to get at him, and it's going to get bad quick. This might be a blowout. I think Cowboys kill him. But go ahead, Alex. Say your piece.
no, I'm just kind of more so worried about how healthy we are. And I would say I love Dak, but without his like big weapons, it honestly has some holes. But my favorite play, and we kind of talked about before this, probably my favorite play in the whole slate is the under 51. I just think we're losing potentially CD, Cooper's out. I don't know what Smith's thing is, but even on the Raiders side, their past like 3 weeks, I think they've averaged like 15 points. And you kind of said it too, Miles, about Ruggs, but I just think there's just a lot of missing pieces. And I think with that being said, the Cowboys kind of go back to the ground and pound a little bit more and kind of let the game go slowly. And I think too, I think we're going to see a lot of people betting on this, like with it being Thanksgiving and stuff. And so I think a lot of people are going to want to bet the over, and a lot of people are going to want to bet the Cowboys. So then I think last second you can come in, dude. This line could like low key go up to like 10 points, and then you just like hit the other sides and just let the other people just raise the line, and then just hit the other side. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do for this. So
Okay. Frosty?
yeah. On this one, I like the Cowgirls. Tyron Smith, like you said, it's their game plan is just going to be around the run game with Zeke and obviously Pollard. I think Pollard way more on second down for pass options, especially with CD being out. Coop obviously not going to be back because of COVID protocol. So really, you have Gallup and Pollard being your main options there. And if you look at last week's games, Dallas's defense kept them in there the whole time, really stopping Patrick Mahomes and to 19 points was amazing because I thought Tyreek was going to just go all over them, but they ended up containing. Really surprising to see. So I think again, my play, I'm just gonna Cowboys.
Alice Frost headset going in and out?
yeah,
Or
you're
is it
going
just
like
me?
in and out. Yeah.
Oh, can you not hear me?
No, we can. You're
We can
just
hear
like
you fine. It's just like little bits.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'm leaning Cowboys. I don't really have too much confidence in them since they blew my. But definitely leaning Cowboys on this one.
Alrighty. Well, we're gonna keep it pushing. Bills at Saints. No Kamara. No take at no Kamara. No Mills going your way. We're going bounce back Bills, baby. Bills got their asses kicked by the Colts last week, and they're gonna come to New Orleans and give them a whirlwind. No pun intended. I'm sorry about that one. That was a dark joke. But -6 for the Bills. I think we're all in agreement. I'll say aye if you agree. Aye.
IE.
Hey, all right, perfect. We'll keep it
I think
moving.
isn't the line at -4? It's not -6.
It's at 6 on DraftKings right here.
Oh, man.
Everyone's betting on the Bills here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Another just a little thing on this too. Agree.
Little nugget.
A
Say nugget.
little nugget on this
Mm.
is I bet the under. It was like 46.5, and it's moved down to 45. So kind of same mentality. Short week. Maybe I just hate all offenses, but
Get him out of here.
yeah, for our 36 YouTube views, Robert has joined the chat, so our favorite person ever. But yeah, I like both the defenses here, so I think it's just going to be kind of a slower game, but I do expect the Bills to kind of murder them. So
All right, we'll keep it moving. We got another panel agreement on the Buccaneers going to Indianapolis and taking care of business. At -3, the Bucks played a good game against the Giants. It was a little bit slow to start out, but turned it up. Colts, of course, breaks off the Bills. We'll see if the Buccaneers can slow down JT, make Carson Wentz win some games. But right, I'll say aye if we're all for the Bucks at -3.
Bucks 3.
Yeah, definitely Bucks 3, just a little nugget. Definitely going to tease this game up with the Minnesota game. I do like the Colts being able to keep this close. They've been playing lights out the last 5 games. Carson has been definitely worth the money that they paid for him right now. So Eagles are going to get a great pick. So Eagles. Brent, you can suck it. You're getting an amazing pick, and definitely good to see Carson Wentz playing better and not turning over the ball, which is last 5 games. I don't think he's had a turnover for the last 5 games. So
maybe they shouldn't have traded him away. Maybe no, we're gonna move on. Jets at Texans. Hey Alex, little question for you, baby boy.
What?
Hey, what's up, man? You really like the Jets last week against the Dolphins. What happened, bro?
I did.
Yeah,
I went
man, that was
Robert
crazy.
in the chat, he said always
Oh
fade
yeah,
Dolphins.
hey
So,
Dolphins,
yeah,
baby.
and he's a big Flacco fan. So, I
He's a big
trusted Robert.
elite.
He has 90% win rate in his picks. So, I knew Robert had the juice and he just didn't this time around. So,
His only win rate is his actual juice, where he makes babies.
okay.
That is his only win
Dude,
rate.
2-0.
I'll
He's
make
good.
sure to make
He's good.
the YouTube video
That's
for
his-
18 plus age
That is his
groups.
win rate for sure. But yeah, we're all going Texans at 2.5. Texans smacked up the Titans pretty good, and plus they're gonna be at home. Looks like I've been seeing some little things going around. It looks like the Lions are gonna cave on Thibodeau, but this is gonna be the battle for the number 2 pick right here. This team might be that, but we move on. Eagles at Giants, and my lock of the week, my team, my boys, my Philly cheesesteak Eagles at 3.5, and I'm so happy. I'm so Brent was so mad at me for taking the Saints last week, and I begged him to forgive me. He did. I begged him.
Dude, the fact
And
that
he
they scored like 60 points in that
They just
game. No, it was
blew
70,
him
right?
out.
Wasn't it
It
like
was
40 to
nuts.
29 or something like
I don't
that?
know.
It was
I don't
stupid.
know,
Every time
but
I look at these over-unders, I'm like, wow, this game's going to be 20 to 17. Next thing you know, freaking 70 points
Just
between the
thought
two
about the Steelers
scores.
game, and they got up to
Yeah,
70-something points.
I think one of the teams got higher than the over-under, so
Yeah.
Eagles, great running game. They just have this brand new, beautiful system of how they're utilizing the run game with their 3-headed running backs, and they're just bullying all types of defensive lines. So that's always beautiful. And then the Giants haven't shown me anything. They haven't shown me anything at all. So I'll say aye if it's Giants.
Yeah, definitely going Eagles on this one. Sorry I doubted them last week because of Saints defense, but they definitely showed up.
Brent, I'm so sorry.
I don't know if y'all have looked at the Eagles' schedule for the rest of the year, but they get like the Giants 2 times, they get Washington 2 times, they get like the Jets So they could easily go like 6-1 to
My team.
They could low key like win the NFC
Win the
East.
division.
Yes.
They're gonna win their division.
No troll. They honestly could.
Okay, well, that's a bet you will be losing to Brant if that happens.
I know.
You don't
I
want
know.
that. We move on. This is a little mix. Okay. This is a little mix between the panel. Panthers are headed to Miami. Cam's third game back. I can start.
Second full game.
I'm going Dolphins +2. This is more of a gut. Of course, I'm biased. I want Cam to ball out, do his thing. Got him in fantasy. Which I lost last week, which is annoying. I lost Alex in fantasy last week, so that was frustrating. But Dolphins +2. That's where I'm headed. That's where I'm at in my head. Alex, where are you going? Where are you going?
I'm gonna fade Tua on this one. I'm still putting some
again.
question marks up there.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know. He's looked great against
the Jets, man.
The Jets. Yeah, he freaking did really good against that team. But yeah, I mean, the Panthers last week, they played one of the best teams in the NFL, the Washington football team. They're great against the spread in the last 2 games. And yeah, I'm gonna go Panthers -2. We kind of talked about it pre-pod, but yeah, I think they just kind of have a little more firepower, better defense, and Cam with a little more time. We'll ride with the Panthers.
See?
Yeah, on this one, I'm going to ride with the Panthers. I like what they're doing with Christian McCaffrey. New energy to them. I don't. The only question I have is whether or not Cam's going to turn the ball over or not. As long as they control the turnovers, I like the Panthers. And not a whole lot to say about Miami's electric, to say the least. But Tua definitely coming in from the situation where he had to play backup, but then came in for an injured Brissett was interesting. So the way he's handling the situation is very professional, and I like to see him develop. But I like Carolina on this one with their defense.
Okay. For us, your mic's still going in and out. Just so
okay.
Titans going to New England. Titans got embarrassed by the Texans last week. They were at a 10-point cover, and the Texans beat them outright. One of Tannehill's worst games. I think it said something. I was looking at PFF, and it said he had 8 turnover-worthy plays, which is the most that they've had since like 2014. So really bad performance, really poor performance against a Texans team. I think teams are trying to mold into going against the Titans, knowing that Henry's not there and they don't have to be scared of the run. They can do other things. And so what a perfect combination for Bill Belichick to also take advantage of that cookie. Patriots defense putting up a shutout against the Falcons on Thursday Night Football last week. I see this defense as one of the top, and then their young quarterback is playing really good. Guys, nice running game. So, are we all going Patriots? Any Titans fans on this one? Patriots.
I think one kind of funny thing is the Titans have no idea what they're doing with their running back right now. Adrian Peterson got released. Foreman hasn't really done much for them. They got this new guy Hillard or something. You can tell they're kind of gonna start losing their identity a little bit. So yeah I think Patriots is gonna be the play.
Yeah, and this might get out of hand pretty quickly too. Game of the week. Jeez Louise, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. We gotta get rid of Robert. I can't do it. I cannot do it. You gotta get rid of him.
We can get one of our moderators to get him out of the chat. Is Ian here?
Who who the best 2-win team will be when this week is set in? What does that even mean? Pittsburgh Steelers going against the Cincinnati Bengals. And if you guys don't remember, I'll remind you, 27-17 ball game last time the Bengals took on Steelers in Pittsburgh. Only thing was TJ Watt did not play that game. And what we'll do is we're going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers for this one. Hopefully they don't win. We don't want that. But that +4 is something I'm scared of, and the Steelers are. This is going to be an emotional game, so we'll see who wins. But yeah, I'm gonna take +4 Steelers, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think my opinion on this was to allow y'all to have opinions and to pick and choose from there. So that was my choice.
Yeah, so I'm leaning towards Pittsburgh on this one. I like obviously this last Monday night probably won't happen again with that many points being allowed, especially since they had 3 of their leading tacklers out. So I like that they're all coming back. We'll have Hayden back, we'll have Minka back, and we'll have TJ back. So defensively, I think they'll be fine. Offensively, it really wasn't that amazing of a showing against the Chargers. I'm just going to say Najee Harris has been absolutely amazing. I am glad they picked him in the first round. I don't want that to be anything else other than that because he has been showing up. Obviously, Freemuth has been showing up for them. Ben loves him as a target, and I think he is again, I think they'll drop Ebron after this year. But I think they can keep it close. And I do like this being possibly one of the only games where they need to take this game, obviously, since he has the 1 win already against them, if they want a chance to make the playoffs. So they have to win this game. There's a lot on the line for them. If they lose this, I don't think there's a chance for them to make the playoffs.
And I would also go on to say, like, in the same breath of the, I guess, quote-unquote anomaly of the Steelers allowing so many points against the Chargers, I think it was also an anomaly for the Steelers put up 37 points. That was like, I think that's probably the most is that the most they've had this season? Probably, yeah. Yeah,
I think it may be a season high, but they had, obviously, it was special teams with the block punt, really put them in position, gave them a lot of chances. So defensively, their team probably scored 14 points on the defense alone.
Another play, just because that Steelers defense is really good, and the Steelers offense is not that fantastic. I might take a little dabble at that under as well. Tease it a little, my opinion on that teaser at 45.5. So we move on. Falcons at Jags. I think we got a clean sweep for the panel. Falcons are going to be getting this one. Jags have shown us little glimpses about 2 games ago, but I think we're all off that train. Falcons bounce back game. Anything else with the Falcons? I think we're just going Falcons on that one, right?
I mean, I don't think anyone cares about this game that much.
No one's going to be watching this. This will probably be the least bet game in the NFL. Mm-hmm. But I do like that Cordell Patterson is coming back for this game. So I think that'll be a big boost for the Falcons. They really missed him last game.
And Calvin might.
It showed.
Calvin might be back. He's off IR.
Yeah.
But it's I guess it's like him and the coaching to have a discussion if he wants to come out and play.
Continue playing.
Yeah. You could weirdly make an argument that maybe the Falcons still think that they're in this and the Jags are not. So maybe they'll just be playing for a little bit more. But it's not anything I love too much. But yeah, I'd probably lean Falcons here. Okay.
We move on. Chargers at Broncos. Divisional game. Have they played yet? Let me check.
This season? I don't think so.
This is their first matchup.
This is their first matchup? Okay. So this being their first matchup, geez Louise, I think I'm gonna go Broncos. Mostly because, like I kind of stated the last game or 2 games ago that we discussed, regardless of how it happened, and this is no shade that Steelers are a very historic franchise that I don't like, but you gotta respect them. But they're not good enough to be putting 37 points on anybody. I don't think, even if it is special teams, doesn't matter. That being said, I think the Chargers might have some big holes that they don't know how to fill. And I'm just going to take the Broncos at +3.
The Chargers defense is really sus. I don't know a lot about defense, honestly. I normally push that over to Miles, but I feel like anytime the Chargers play anybody, the game just like it gets completely out of hand. I mean, you look at the Steelers game. I feel like they played like another team. Maybe it was like the Eagles or something, where it was like 30-30. But yeah,
27-24 for the Eagles game.
yeah. I mean, even that feels high, like at that moment. But yeah, my play is Chargers, but more that I think about it, I don't love it as much anymore.
As I'm very quick, Frosty, as I'm looking at the Chargers, their season, the last 3 games they allowed 37. Well, we'll do 30, 27, 24, 27. Like they just 34. They just let teams score. So
yeah, it's like the teams have like a guaranteed 24 points against them. I'd be curious to see what the Broncos over under is on this, just their team total, because I mean the Broncos put points against us, so I mean they definitely could at home against that Chargers team. So I bet you their team total is probably around like 21, so that might be something to kind of look at potentially.
Yeah, I'm leaning. Really, Justin Herbert's performance this last game was very good, but we obviously had very bleak secondary with the injuries we had. So, Denver still has a sound defense even without Von Miller. So I do like this game being close. I think the line is exactly where it should be for everything, but I still think they can keep up with teams offensively if this game gets over 30 points for opposing team. So I still like the Chargers' chance with their weapons they have. Obviously, Eckler and Allen balled out last week, so still think they have a great opportunity to win this one.
Right, so a little bit of Alex, you went Chargers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Me and Frosty took the Bronchies.
No, Frost took
No,
Chargers.
I think the Chargers.
You took the Chargers? I'm not going to lie. You went out as soon as you said what you wanted, and so I wasn't 100% sure.
I'll have to fix my mic after this.
Alex, Packers at Rams. I just want to make sure before I make my selection. All right, dude. All right, Goldilocks. Rams at Packers. This is not your lock of the week. Is that correct?
Yeah, I have a better one.
Okay.
Later on, hopefully a couple people are in the chat for this.
Okay. All right. So with that being said, I will take the Packers at home and Lambeau. They had a crazy game against the Vikings last week. Lost on a game-winning field goal. The Rams do, though, have a lot to prove. I know Frost made that point before we started the pod, and I really like it. That being said, I just feel like it's so dumb to go against Aaron. And this is a pick-em. This isn't a spread. So, this is just saying Packers are going to lose in a sense, but, you got better odds this way, that way. And I don't want to see Aaron lose, so I'm going Packers.
Yeah. This was just because I wanted Miles to bet on this. I faded the play. But Packers were very close to be my lock of the week here. One of my early plays. Got it at pick'em. I guess it moved like a point, but I don't know how much that means. But yeah, I honestly right now I think there's definitely a debate that the Packers are probably the best team in the league. They're
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't
Why?
say that. Don't say that.
Why? You're fading out into the city.
There's a Cardinals fan that's not gonna like it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Well, he's timed out. I timed him out of my chat.
Okay, yeah, I agree with you.
And
Packers are
And
probably
we
the
don't
best team.
know who's gonna we don't know if their quarterback's gonna return either. He might have been playing on the Athletics by now. Yeah, I mean, you kind of saw it with the Cowboys in the sense that you miss a couple players and things go to shit. And the Packers, I mean, we saw here. I'll put it in a good example. The Thursday Night Football, Rodgers didn't have a lot of his teammates, like big teammates, and he still beat the Cardinals. So I think that the fact that they're at home here and they're not like a 3-point favorite is strange to me. I guess people are putting a lot into the Rams, thinking that the bye week's going to help them, and maybe McVay and Stafford, but like when we're just looking at like power rankings in the line, the -1 just really doesn't make sense because Vegas is basically saying that the Rams are better. And I think the Rams, I've been saying this, they're like the Lakers of football. I think they just have a bunch of like superstars, and they're not like as good as people deem them out to be. I think like, or at least as of now, they definitely have potential to gel, but I mean, they're only like a top 10 team right now. So yeah, Packers are one of my favorite plays, -1.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I like the Rams on this one. We were talking beforehand about this, but I feel like they have way more to play for in this game. David Bakhtiari is still out and is not right now. They're saying that he's not likely to come back to play. Aaron Jones is still questionable, also. But it's one of those things. I think one of the teams coming off the bye, I think McVay is like 4-1 coming off a bye week, and they've outscored their opponents. I think it was like 156-17 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So they blow out teams when they come off of a bye week. Obviously, they are playing a very good Green Bay Packers. Packers are probably 1 or 2, and I think the Rams, if you did power ratings, they'd probably be 5 or 6, somewhere in there. So I think this game will be a classic. It'll be a great game. I don't think necessarily the Rams shit the bed, to say the least. So I think they come out swinging, and would love to. This is one of those games where I will be watching every minute of it, because these are the two teams that could go to the Super Bowl immediately. Like, these are the favorites to go. Mm-hmm. So it'll be interesting to see how McVay does coming off those two horrible losses to the 49ers, obviously. I think that put a little distaste in his mouth, so he's not too happy about that. And I think they'll get Odell Beckham more involved, having another week of practice under the belt. So I think I like the Rams on this one.
I changed my mind. I forgot that Elton Jenkins is out for the season due to torn ACL. They're starting pretty much their best offensive lineman, who was going up and down, left tackle, right tackle, guard. He was just doing everything for them. I forgot he's out for the season, so no Bakhtiari, no Elton Jenkins, maybe Aaron Jones.
Yep.
Look, I think I really do believe Aaron Rodgers is Superman, but against the Rams, Von Miller is getting implemented. Jalen Ramsey, it's going to be really. Jalen Ramsey's only given up over $1 to any wide receiver in his whole career, and that was to DeAndre Hopkins. So it is probably safe to say that it's going to be a tough game for Devontae. So I do change to the Rams.
Yeah, and Adam Lazard, I don't think he's right now. I think he's limited practice, so hopefully he comes. But like you said, that injury that they just had is going to play a huge part. He was their best offensive lineman, especially with Bakhtiari still out. And if Bakhtiari doesn't come back for this game, Aaron Rodgers will be scrambling.
Aaron Rodgers is hurt too.
It's going to be.
Doesn't
he have a toe or foot? Yeah. So he'll still play, but with him running that much, I'd be very concerned for Aaron Rodgers for this game because they will be blitzing like crazy.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see about that one. Yeah, I agree though. Good game. I also think this next game has a good potential to be. I bet you this Vikings at 49ers is gonna have a wild finish because I believe as Frost has mentioned or Alex, the Vikings have lost. What was it, 9 out of 10 games? Like
No, 9 out of 10 of their games have been decided by one score, which
Wow.
is
Okay.
nuts.
Yeah.
It's nuts how
Do you
close
know
they
what the one game was?
let's see. For the Vikings, it was a blowout game, I think.
It was probably the Cardinals. That was
Let's see.
let's
Seahawks when they blew out the Seahawks 30-17.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, it was
Every other
them.
one has been
It
one
was
score.
them
It's nuts.
winning. I thought it was going to be them losing.
No.
Oh,
They're scary. Like I think, just a side note, I think they are sneaky. Like they could sneak in and be a playoff team, which is crazy. I mean, you look at their remaining schedule; they're going to be favored in all the games except for the Rams and the Packers game, probably, because they have to play the Packers one more time. Keep that in mind. And they do play the Rams. They could sneak in, just depending how the cards fall and everything like that.
mhm.
This would be a must win for them if they want to try to sneak in, though.
Well, that being said, we're all on board with the 49ers. This is a team.
What the heck?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot. My bad.
God, bro.
I'm on board. All right, yeah, Alex loves the Vikings all of a sudden.
Alex is a big Kirk Cousins fan.
Yeah, he's a big. So I like the way the 49ers have been establishing a run game and utilizing Deebo Samuel. And then, of course, Jimmy G. He's not throwing as many, not having many turnover plays. And then George Kittle is getting his groove back going on. It looks like in 4 of their last games, it's 30 points plus. So that's really good steam. And then Deebo Samuel, honestly, he's playing at an elite level. And so with that being said, I think this will be a nail biter. Fuck, as I'm talking out loud, I'm just gonna take the 49ers. I'm gonna take the 49ers. I'm not even thinking about it.
My play is going to be Vikings first half money line. It never fails ever. But when I always try to compare the two teams, and to me, I think the Vikings are better than the 49ers. So with that being said, this line is off. I think it should be closer to 2, probably. Yeah, I think the 49ers have been hot, but so have the Vikings. And I think the Vikings kind of how Frost was saying, a lot of their games have been very close. And I mean, Kirk Cousins is playing pretty well. And I think that Jefferson and Thielen are going to have good days. And something I've been wanting to do for the past few weeks. I was kind of nervous with their earlier schedule, but yeah, I think the Vikings are going to sneak in and make the playoffs. So yeah, Vikings plus 3.5. I'm probably going to take Vikings first half money line, and then potentially start considering just straight up Vikings.
Frosty.
Yeah, I'm going with the. I have this again. This is one of my teasers. I have Minnesota to +9. I like them at +9, obviously, since all their games are one score pretty much. But in regards to the line right now, I do lean towards the 49ers. I like what they've been doing as of recently. I think their main thing is going to be control the clock, take the ball out of Kirk Cousins' hands. Thank God this is not a primetime game, or I'd put all my money on the 49ers. But in regards to just what I was saying about Minnesota, they probably have one of the best wide receiver cores right now, which is crazy to say. But their defense for the Vikings is the only thing that really kind of gives me a question mark. Same with the Chargers. They allow a lot of points to be scored on them. Like they allow up to, 30 on average to be scored on them, which is crazy. I like the 49ers in this one. Probably win by a touchdown. But it will be a very good game between two teams that have common paths right now, because both of them could easily sneak in somehow. And it's again, not every game is a must win, but if they do want to make the playoffs for the remaining schedule that they have, they need this game. Like, this is one of the games they need to take away.
Alrighty. Okay, Browns are headed to Baltimore for a divisional game, a very important one. And so, with that being said, oh gosh, as I'm seeing
Oh
it,
no,
it out
Miles, not
loud,
again.
the tables are
How many
turning.
mulligans does Miles get?
He's getting a lot.
My insides are turning. Geez Louise. Thing is, I want the Baltimore Ravens to lose because it only helps the Bengals, but I don't. I can't see the Baltimore Ravens losing. Is there any word on Lamar? Is he playing? Is he sick?
Yeah, I saw some article that said that like the next day he felt better or something like that. Like if the game was the day after, he would have been able to play. But I mean, Lamar has a worse stomach than Brent, so
Yeah, that's true. I think Lamar's going to play. From what the reports have been saying,
Marquise Brown might be out.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a flu or something that spread in the locker room, because there were other players that I think that had this too. But I think I think Lamar will suit up for this one, because if you look at the schedule the way it is, this sucks for the Ravens, because the Ravens, they play the Browns, then the Browns have a bye week, and then they go back. Like, the Ravens have to go to the Browns home and play them there. So Ravens, this is kind of one of those games where it's a must win for them. Like, they have to, because if you want to split the difference, that's fine. They already have one on Cincinnati, and then they're going to be playing the Steelers, obviously, coming up soon. So it's, you can't lose twice to the Browns. But the Browns I'm kind of with you, Mills, on this one. For some reason, I want the Ravens to, obviously, I want this team to actually, both of them to tie, if possible. That'd be the best outcome. But I still trust the Browns and their units that they have. Like, they were top rated units offensively. Like, their line was top rated. Their defensive line was one of the top rated, and their secondary was top tier in the preseason. I don't think that all falls apart, but the whole Baker Mayfield being injured situation, that's the only thing that's scaring me. I really hope Case Keenum plays instead. But Baker Mayfield, he looks hurt every time he goes out there, and it I hate to see that for a player to go out there and be that hurt. That just sucks, and he feels like he has to play, obviously, because he has a job on the line. So it's not a win-win situation for the Browns, but I still like their defense being able to contain Lamar. So
yeah, I think overall, like you said, I think the Browns defense is going to be able to harness or slow down Lamar. And then you gotta think of Nick Chubb in that ground game, being able to pop off. Alex,
I'm completely off the Browns. They're gonna miss the playoffs. The fact that they didn't beat the Lions by like 2+ touchdowns is just disgusting to me. Right when I saw that Tim Boyle was out, I placed money on the Browns, and the line moved to like 13.5. I got it at 12, and then they only won by 3. And then now we got this Baker Mayfield drama, the team, the crowd. I don't know. What does Alex always say about this? You fade the team with the drama. So yeah, I'm going Ravens -4. I think Lamar comes back. Maybe him being out helped him, and I think the Browns or at least Mayfield is real banged up. I think there's some sort of even more injury to him that we're like unaware of or something, or it's affecting him more than the norm thinks. So honestly, at first glance, it was one of my favorite plays, just because I think it's like merely pathetic that they couldn't handle the Lions better. So I'm going Ravens -4.
I would say something funny about the Lions that I noticed today. Lost by 1 to the Baltimore Ravens to a late field goal by Justin Tucker. Tied with the Pittsburgh Steelers, which was unfortunate, and only lost by 3 to the Cleveland Browns. But Cincinnati Bengals beat the shit out of them. So that's interesting.
Didn't you lose to the Jets? Didn't you lose to the Jets, Mills?
Hey, get out of the past, Frost.
Okay.
Monday Night Football.
Going into the past.
Monday Night Football. I got a feeling someone's gonna say somebody's game, but I'm gonna go first. Hey, you know what? Rarely do I say this about 4-6 teams and quarterbacks that are 4-6 and quarterbacks that are third in their division to a 3-7 team being last. Hey, maybe backup quarterbacks are not as bad as I think. Look, in all seriousness, Taylor Heineke, for him to go out and beat the Buccaneers, that's impressive. Go out there and beat the second or his first role starting Cam Newton in a very conservative offense with the Panthers and what they run. But go out there and make some fourth down scramble plays, and he's like the high school football player that kind of like does too much or a lot, which I think is acceptable. But his athleticism is something I did not take in huge consideration. I'm not going to lie. I took a lot of him just being around all over the place with, what is it, that Canadian Football League, or was it some other league, and then 4 different teams and blah, blah, blah. That being said, they're still in 4-6, but after this week, they will be 5-6. I'm going to Washington Football Team at -1. Taylor Heineke, unfortunately, will probably most likely outduel one Russell Wilson, and then watch for those trade rumors to come for Russell. But I'm going to watch the football team -1.
Get ready to get the horns going, the alarms.
We have no horn or no alarms.
If the main person in the podcast could just hit the button real quick. Yeah, I'm riding with Jamie Long here, Maryland's finest.
Jamie
it's gonna be a lock of the week. So
lock of the week.
Don't think you want to be on this side, Jamie. But lock of the week, Washington Football Team, bro.
Oh, that's not good, Jamie.
That's
Alex's lock,
bro. Yeah, I've been fading the Seahawks team for a minute. I've never understood this entire season that they should be getting any sort of credit. I think I even said it on like the first week of the podcast. It was like one of my hot takes that the Seahawks or the 49ers would be the worst team in the division. And it looks like it's going to be the Seahawks now. All these people were saying that Russell Wilson's going to come back. He's going to save the day. He's the hero, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, they're just, it's not even like an anti-Russell Wilson take. Like their whole team is just not good, like anywhere. Their coaching isn't good. Russell's hurt. He's playing on a fucked up finger. They have no running game at all. They got Metcalf and Lockett, I guess, but it's just all sus. So Washington's hot right now. They just beat the Bucks. And they're at home on this game, so yeah, I'm taking Washington -1.
I like Washington a lot. Frosty?
Yeah, on this one, just in regards to Heineke, he's definitely a better version of Baker Mayfield, that's for sure. I think he's a little less than if you watch Monday night's game, which I know you didn't because you were watching Arcane.
Yep.
But in regards to the Monday night he has wheels like Herbert does. Herbert can actually run really. He's a really good runner, which is surprising. With Steelers didn't predict that, and I think he had 60 or 70 yards rushing, which was nuts. But I like the Washington on this one. Seahawks, look at this game, like you said, Mills. The trade rumors are going to have already started. This is the end, I think, of Pete Carroll. I think this is going to be one of his last. I think this is the last season, honestly. Once Russ is gone, I think it's over for him at that point.
It's going to be one or the other, either Russ or Pete.
Yeah, and I don't think the Seahawks organization, after everything that's happened, and especially with Chris, I think Chris Carson's out for the year.
Yep.
Anyway, so I don't trust like this Arizona defense, even though they're so bad, they can easily handle what Seahawks have. And the Seahawks are coming off, they have so many people on injury. Right now, I don't see a shot of the Seahawks winning this game. Seahawks are going to be a top 5 draft pick this year, and that'll be.
They don't have a first round pick.
They give it away.
Oh yeah, I think they did.
To the Jets.
Yeah.
Oh, Jets are getting such a great value.
Because someone tweeted they were like, "Oh no, the Seahawks' future is like fucked."
Yeah.
Because I mean, Russell's gonna. I mean, remember, like at the beginning of the season, it was all the Russell Wilson talk that he wanted to get out of there, and I feel like people were just thinking that it wasn't a big deal, and they're gonna get their ish together, and they've just been this team that's always, been in the running, but little did they know Aaron Rodgers was actually the one that was gonna get his shit together, and not Russell Wilson. So. Yeah, he'll be tweeting his videos and stuff, but they're gonna go 3-14. So
don't do that. Don't do that. That's a low blow. That's not okay. He's a family man. He's got some kids.
But no, I read some tweet or listened to some podcast or something, but I guess within the practice facility, like Russ, and I said this last podcast, but he's just not like looking great, Russell Wilson. So I mean, obviously he's hurt, but.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the fans kind of want Geno to come back in just because they think that he's trying too hard to make this return. But yeah, you got to ride the wave, and I think all of us are going Washington here. So
yeah. Definitely. I really, 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 really like Washington in this game, and actually, I'm gonna make sure that I watch Taylor Heineken play. I'm really excited for him. I hope he dominates. Little quick question as we got our picks in. Wait, Frost, what was your lock?
My lock of the week is going to be Buffalo.
Buffalo.
I'm fading everything there is to do with the Saints. Trevor Siemian is absolute hot garbage. I don't see a way. I like Buffalo. They're going to come off playing angry, so I at the beginning of the week it was -4. And then everybody started betting on them. So I love Buffalo at the spot they're at, in that I think they win by probably 10 or 14, somewhere in the ballpark there.
Okay, Alex, you're going with
Jamie.
Oh, Jamie.
Oh, Jamie's in.
Football team, you gotta love it.
Yeah, the thumbnail says it all, baby. Washington football team. Click here to subscribe. Click here to go on our last video. Click here.
And I'm going with Brant, my Eagles. Forgive me, my brother. Eagles, and that's gonna be. Frost? You know what the
6-12.
6-12
is that? What does that all entail?
That's just the money, or the line
spread.
itself.
So
the spread,
what do you have on that side, just for
plus 6-12? So it's
but like in detail. Bills -6.
Bills -6, Eagles -3.5, and Washington football team -1.
I think I might do the same, but maybe buy a half point just to be like safe.
Oh, for Philly?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you buy half a point, it puts you at -6. It puts you at plus 535. I think
are we
I think the
confident
Eagles
in the -3.5?
I'm confident with the Eagles. Are you kidding
the
me?
Giants look so bad.
Yeah,
they look.
Giants are about to fire all their coaches. They already fired. What's his name? Jason. Yeah.
Yeah.
They already fired him. So
they definitely seem like they're in shambles over there. They
I give
easily
it.
should have only scored 3 points Monday Night Football.
Mhm.
They got
Mhm.
that
I'll give it-
lucky ass pick 6 or whatever it was. But anytime they got in the red zone, they could not do a thing. So
Give it 2 more weeks and they're firing their GM. Gittleman will be out of there in
Yeah, that
about 2
sounds a
more
message
weeks.
that they're about to pull a plug on that frigger.
Yeah, that guy is. I don't know. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do. With Daniel Jones' situation will be very interesting for them, but I think they just clean house and they need to, and if they want to move forward.
Oh, well.
wait, do we have the Frost teasers?
Yeah, so I have. I only have. I'm kind of messing around with it right now, but it's the teaser for Minnesota. I'm moving Minnesota up to +9.
Mhm.
Again, 9 out of 10 of their games are within one score. They have been playing hot lately, so I'd like them keeping it close. And then Indianapolis is another team I'm going to ride. They're at +3. I'm moving them to +9, so it's the +9 squad.
Ooh.
I like them easily being able to keep that close. Carson Wentz has been lights out the last 5 games. I don't believe he's had any turnovers, which is great. And Jonathan Taylor has been carrying that team. So I love what they can do. I believe they're playing the Bucks, and the Bucks obviously defensive front had a good showing against the horrible Giants. I don't think they show up as well as against the Colts. So
All right. Well,
I think another teaser too, and we kind of said it earlier, but I think Cowboys Patriots would be a pretty decent one.
you move those down to a
Bring
pick
it
'em.
both to a pick 'em. I think that would be pretty safe.
I'm concerned. I'm concerned about Dallas's injuries, but
yeah.
If you move it down to a pick 'em, I think I'd like that a whole lot more.
But
Just
yeah,
because I think Dallas has easily is 80% chance to win that game, like even with the injuries.
So Ian has joined the chat. I don't know if y'all saw, but he just predicted we need to have a segment for Ian time.
Hey, first off, Ian, I was the one who claimed I claimed the Ravens last week. You too jumped the bandwagon fan.
wait, what
Left
did I
Ian
do?
high and dry.
We picked Bears plus 6 or whatever it was.
I took the Ravens last week.
Oh yeah, no, I took Bears for sure. Whatever, Ian. Get off your high.
Wait, wasn't the score like 16-13, right?
Let's see.
Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah, so the Bears technically won, or not technically, but gambling wise,
They got the
did.
spread, right?
Technically, they lost.
Oh, it was. Yeah, technically they lost.
Yeah.
Technically, Frosty lost it.
I lost it. Well, that was because Lamar was out too. But
Oh, Frosty. Well,
so yeah, Ian's going 28-21 Ravens. So then that would be 49 points scored. Yeah, that's probably pretty decent. What did y'all do for that game again? I went
Browns.
okay, and then Miles, you went Browns. Okay, so
yeah,
I'm
Ian,
team Ian.
I did Browns, bud.
Yeah, I'm team Ian, and then y'all are anti-Ians.
Well, just to cover, I think the Ravens will win, but Browns will cover. But
I think the Ravens win this 24-21, somewhere along the lines there. Like, keep it close.
9-3.
I'll go 20.
Shut the fuck up, man.
That's what it'll be. All field goals.
26-21.
Come on.
All right. Well, that's week 12, guys. This is really, really chugging along. We're really getting our momentum going.
We got the thumbnails.
Thumbnails
Miles
are going
got a
in.
background. He's got
colleagues.
a microphone.
Yeah, man, we're really coming along.
I got a new dog donated to me.
Hopefully we go 3-0 on these spreads.
I feel pretty good about them because I agree.
So what are we now? We're 18 and.
I'll have to update it, but it's going
18
1
and
and 2.
9? Right?
Yeah, we have to be over 66% by the end of the season.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, a lot of people, they try to keep theirs around like 60, I think, for their locks is typically what they're around.
I think you need to be at least 55% or higher to like be
Yeah.
a profitable.
Yeah.
I guess we could be it. I also found out that they have like organizations that like bet and stuff that put like huge amounts of money. So it'd be like kind of similar to what we are, but more people. So
Yeah.
that's kind of funny.
I mean, that's what shout out to the Pat McAfee show. But that's what they do for their bets when they do they have that deal with FanDuel where they'll do the boost and everybody joins in on that boost.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like those are nuts. Like that's when I would love for one day for this show to be that way where
That'd be fun.
We could put boosts out and like you have 10,000, 15,000 people betting on that and trying to win odds against them.
That'd be cool to get. You'd have to get one of those like, one of those books that like, maybe is not as popular, but that teamed up with us and then boosted our parlays from 600 to 800 or something like that. So that'd be cool.
Ian, to answer your question, we went Steelers +4.
I think that was across the board, right? Because I don't have a brain for that game, so I'm just gonna copy Miles and Frost.
But I do expect for the Bengals to still come out victorious.
Okay. See.
Right.
We'll see.
So that is week 12. I don't know if you guys have anything else you want to share or spill or talk about, but we're just right at an hour, and let's see if we have anything else to say. We want to take this into next week, Thanksgiving week. What do you guys got? Anything?
Yeah. Just everybody have safe travels for Thanksgiving. I know a lot of people will be traveling this weekend and these next few days, so everybody be safe out there. And also, this will be the slate of games on Thursday will be all right. I kind of miss I wish it was Washington versus Dallas classic they should have had, but that first game is going to.
I think they should remove the Lions from Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a very rough game to watch, considering the line's 41.5. I think it's the lowest of all the games slated. So not going to be a very good showing. Hopefully, we have a Campbell outbreak of him, doing something funny or whatever. But that game's going to be both those coaches by the end of the year may not be there, and both of them I think will be fired.
I'm in the motion to follow the NBA track and pick better games. And I think all the games are going to be super low scoring. Actually, I had a question for y'all that I forgot. Which quarterback is going to have the most passing yards on Thursday?
Wow.
Tim Boyle, Dalton.
No, Josh Allen.
Dak.
Josh Allen.
So you think he gets more passing yards on the Saints than Dak gets on the
Raiders? With Dak's weapons being out.
Yeah, Dak doesn't have.
I don't think their game plan is not going to be based around throwing. It'll be based around. And when you're going against the Saints have a good run defense, excluding the last game, obviously. And so Buffalo is going to have to throw the ball more.
Yeah, I could see that actually.
All right. Well, that's week 12. This is Tease My Pick. Please follow the Twitter at Tease My Pick. And we'll see you guys next week. Have a good Thanksgivings.
Oh, Brent.